Good morning, my dear students. I, Anu, welcome you to this online class of computer once again. In this presentation, we are going to cover lesson number 6, Formulae in MS Excel 2007, which is a part of your annual examination. Before that, you already know we have covered about we have already covered the introduction and working in MS Excel in lesson number 5. How to start, what are the elements, how does the worksheet in a MS Excel look like, how to select and deselect the cells, how to enter the data in the cells, how to delete row and column. All these things we have already covered. In this chapter, we are going to study about how we can write the formula in MS Excel and what are the different kind of operators that we can basically use. So today we are going to start with the chapter and I'm going to share you all whatever the content is there. Okay, so let us begin without wasting any time. Introduction. Like we use the formula in maths, right? We can also use the formula in MS Excel. So MS Excel, it's a program where the formula are written in a different pattern. And maths also, you already know that we have a definite pattern for writing the formulas. Similarly, in MS Excel also we have to follow a definite pattern for writing the formulas, right? A formula in MS Excel must start with an equal to sign and it can be 8192 characters long. So remember that any of the formula which we are writing in MS Excel, that should be beginning with equal to sign and it could be 8192 characters long. Like now the formula that we are writing in MS Excel, it may contain any of the data that is given below in this table that is given in front of you. The data in the formula, it can contain any of these. It could contain values, it could contain cell address, functions, operator and parenthesis, right? So all these things could be contained in the data in the formula of your data. Okay, you can make all these things to be the part of your data which you are framing like a formula, right? So in the values, it could be string or numeric, right? We can use the number values in our formula. We can use string. String means alphabets. You can use the sequence of the sequence of the alphabets in your formula. Then cell addresses, we can also include the cell address in our formula, right? We have A4D6, right? So A4D6 here is a cell address. You already know that A, B, C, D, they are basically the columns and the numeric values, they are the numbers. So these can also be used in the formula of your MS Excel. Then we can also use the functions. We can use sum, average, minimum, maximum. These functions could also be used in the formula. Operators, plus, minus, multiplication, division, less than, greater than. All these operators can be included in the formula of your MS Excel. Now, remember that in function and operators, it is already, even in the cell address, it is also already mentioned, etc. But for parentheses, in parentheses, we can only use round bracket. So these are all the things that the data in the formula of the MS Excel can contain. The data in a formula of an MS Excel can contain. These are all the things which you can include while framing a formula in MS Excel. Move further. Text formula. We enclose a value in double quotes to create it in MS Excel. So if we want that our formula should contain text, then we have to enclose that in the double quotes. If we want that our formula, it should have the text in it, that means it should be enclosed in the double quotes. For example, Windows, right? Windows, if we are writing, we are making it to be a part of formula, we have to enclose that in double quotes. The AND character is used to join two text values, right? So this is important. If we use this operator, that is AND character, then it is used to join two text values together. For example, if I'm writing Windows in double inverted commas and operating system again in double inverted commas, then I am placing that symbol between the two texts, right? So this is going to lead me to the output as a single statement without this operator. That is, this operator will join the two text values which we are using in our formula. So the output of this formula will become Windows operating system together in one line. Okay, and do you know that is already given in the book? The activity of connecting two text values logically with a formula is called as concatenation. So while we connect two text values logically with the formula, it is known as concatenation. This was all about the text formula. So what we need to remember is that while using text in a formula, it should be enclosed in double quotes. And this AND character can join two text values logically, okay, in one statement. It can make, if we want to join two text values, we can do it with the help of AND operator. Next is numeric operators, right? So in numeric operators, let us see what is there. Numeric formula are used by the operators to do various calculations or comparisons. Okay, so the operators, they use numeric formula when they have to do various kinds of calculations or various kinds of comparisons. Now, which are the three main operators which are basically used in MS Excel for doing various kind of calculations and other things? We have arithmetic operators, we have relational operators, we have logical. These are the some of the operators which are used in MS Excel. All the three we are going to study in detail one by one. So let us move further. Next comes arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators, arithmetic, as the name suggests, they are used to make calculations with numeric values. Remember that. They are used to make calculations only with numeric or number values. Strings are not used in arithmetic operator. That means if we are using arithmetic operator in the formula while writing a formula in MS Excel, we can use only number values. Strings or alphabets are not used in the arithmetic operators. So here we have, there are 6 arithmetic operators. First one is already known to you, that is addition. Addition means to add two numbers. So that is used for that. Now what is the difference? Remember that in all these arithmetic operators, what we are using while we are writing the formula, so we have to place a equal to sign in the beginning, that is already told to you. So first we have addition, it will add the two values and give you the result, so that will give you 19. Then we have subtraction. Again, all of you are aware, subtraction is used for subtracting two values. Multiplication, for multiplying the number. Division, it would be dividing and giving you the desired question. Then exponentation, that is very important. I hope powers and exponents you have studied in maths, right? So that is a symbol of power. Exponentation here is a symbol of power. So that means 8 raised to 3. 8 raised to 3 means that 8 into 8 into 8, we have to multiply 8 into 8 into 8 3 times. So here this symbol is a symbol for the power. Then we have the percentage. Percentage also you are already aware, we have 64%. So while you would be removing this percentage sign, you know that 64% is equal to 64 by 100. So these are the 6 of the arithmetic operators that we are using in the MS Excel. Now moving on further, we have relational operators, that is the second category. So relational operators, as the name suggests, it is used for applying, it is applied to compare two values together. Okay, it is used for the comparison. These operators always give the output in the form of a single value, that is true or false. So they are used for comparing the two values together in an MS Excel, and the operators will give the output in the form of the single value, whether it is true or false. So if that means you are going to compare the two values which are given, and if it is true, it is going to give you true, and if it is false, it is going to give you false. Now here we have 6 relational operators. First is equal to, as you are already aware of the symbol. So here it is written B2 is equal to C4. Now B2 and C4 are what? They are the address of the cell. That means it is going to compare the value in B2 and C4. If both of them are equal, then the result would be true. If it is not, then it would be false. Similarly, we have not equal to sign. Okay, two angle brackets, right? That stand for not equal to. A1 is not equal to B4. Okay, so again, depending on the condition, it is going to compare the two values, that is A1 and B4, and it is going to give the result to us. Then we have the greater than symbol. C3 is greater than 20, right? So C3, it is going to check the value in C3. If it is going to be greater, that it is going to display. If it is going to be greater than 20, it is going to display true. Otherwise, it would be false. Then we have less than. Less than again. B6 is less than 100. All the examples have been shared. You can also try the same thing at your home. You can open MS Excel in your laptop and you can try if you want. Then we have greater than or equal to. Greater than and equal to. Now this operator, this relational operator, it is going to check two conditions. Like here in the example, it is shown D4 is greater than equal to C3. That means if D4 is greater than C3, then also the result would be true. Or it is equal to C3, then also the result would be true. So it is going to take both the conditions. Either it could be greater than or it could be equal to. Then fourth is we have less than equal to. So less than or equal to, again it is going to check both the condition. A5 is less than or equal to 7. So again it is going to check both the conditions. If the value in the cell number A5 is less than 7, then also the answer would be true. And if it is going to be equal to 7, then also the answer would be true. So these are the 6 relational operators that we can basically use in the MS Excel for using the formula in the MS Excel. So in this presentation today we have covered how we can write a formula in MS Excel. Okay. Then what are the things, what are the values, what are the data values that can be contained in our formula? We can use operators, we can use values, we can use functions, cell address, parenthesis, but remember in parenthesis we are using round bracket only. Then we have used about text formula. How can we use the text in our formula? That is by enclosing in double quotes. Then 3 operators. Out of the 3 operators, we have already studied about arithmetic and relational operators. There are arithmetic operators which are 6 in number, which does not use string but only uses numeric value in order to do the calculations. And we have 6 relational operators which help to compare two values and give the result in the form of the single output. So all of you are going to study this much portion have been covered in today's online class of computer. So please all of you study well and go through the video again in order to make it more clear and try to read the chapter further so that you can understand better and can do well. Any of the doubt you can ask in the online class after reading the chapter again and again. Thank you.